Hey, what's up guys? Chris Lee back with another United Destiny Entertainment tutorial video. Hey, check this out. If you're new to this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get more videos like this in the future. Hey, check this out. What I did with my last video was I basically showed you guys how to utilize OBS, record your screen, and basically do a video inside of a video by taking my iPhone footage and replacing it with my actual webcam footage, or taking my webcam footage and replacing it with my iPhone footage. I also showed you how to do a quick little multicam edit thing, okay, in the process, because I use two different camera sources. Now, in Davinci Resolve, I realized that a lot of you don't use Adobe Premiere, so I'm going to show you how to do that inside of Davinci Resolve. So with that being said, if you have more than one camera source, like a webcam, an iPhone, or maybe a Canon camera, three different audio sources, you want to make sure that all those audio and video sources are actually in sync. The way that you want to make sure that they're in sync is obviously if I have my webcam, my iPhone, and my Canon camera somewhere else in the room for three different angles, you want to hit record on all of them, or even OBS. You hit record on OBS, you hit record on all your camera sources, and then you wait 3 seconds and say audio's rolling, camera's rolling in 3, 2, 1. You snap your finger. That's going to make it to where everything is in sync once you decide to import those videos in your video editing software. That's going to help you line up all your video sources, okay? All right, so now what I want to do is go ahead and hit Control I. And when I hit Control I, what I want to do is make sure that I go in and find, let's see, I believe it's this one. So I got both of my videos in here right now. So now in the process, what you want to do is, if you want to go ahead and sync these videos up, you want to make sure that both of these videos are lined up so you can do like a multicam, because as you can see, one of these videos comes from my OBS. So let me play it. Segment, audio's rolling, camera's rolling in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then this one comes from my iPhone. 2, 1. So it's two different angles in this case. Okay, so now what I want to do is just go ahead and take my main source, highlight it, and what you want to do is you want to right click it and make sure that you're in the edit window. You can do this from other windows, but it's just going to be different. Like if I wanted to sync the audio up from the cut window, I will highlight both of these and then I will hit sync clips, okay, in the process. But I don't want to do that for right now. Right now I just want to do the multicam. Multicam is going to take care of everything for me. So you just want to go ahead and right click, or you just want to left click, drag it and then highlight both of them. If you have more clips, just highlight everything. Then you want to go ahead and create new multicam clip. Okay, so in a process, once you do that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this as it is for right now. But I really want my main source to be my other video, because here's the problem. When you utilize your iPhone or your Android or whatever the case may be, the audio is not going to be that good. When you utilize a Canon camera without an external microphone, the audio isn't going to be good. It's not usable. You may have to use it if you absolutely must use it, but I recommend that you don't. Get a lavalier, get a USB microphone or something that has better audio. The webcam audio may not sound good. So in this particular case, I want to use the USB audio because it sounds the best. This is the best, cleanest audio, so I want to utilize this one. So once you do that, you want to go ahead and leave the frames at the same, 24 frames for whatever I'm shooting in, because that's what I want to export it at. And then you want to use angle sync. You want to use it as sound, not time code, not in, not out points where it starts and finish, not marker, by sound, because you want to base it off that snap. So we're going to utilize sound. For the angle name, sequential just is kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4 camera, 1 camera, 2 camera, 3. In the process, you can use metadata to base it off either your iPhone or your Canon camera, whichever your main source is. It's just going to have more information. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as it is and click create. Now, once you click create, you're going to see the original files here. And then you go back to master. And this is your multicam. That's why it says multicam. Now to see multicam view, what you want to do is click this drop down right here and go ahead and go to multicam. This multicam view is going to make it to where you're able to see both of your video clips. Okay, so you have one, you have another one here. So what I want to do in the process, you got angle 1, angle 2. You're going to see what it says. Now what you want to do in the process is just drag it to your timeline. And once you drag this to your timeline, your videos should pop up. Now, for this segment, audio's rolling, camera's rolling in 3, 2, 1. As you can see now, my audio and videos are already lined up. They're lined up there in sync. How do you know that? Because your waves of your audio files actually match up perfectly. That's what you want. So in the process, I'm going to take this blade tool here, and everything that I know is extra, I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Now you can use quick keys or whatever if you have your Davinci set up, you know, with quick keys to where you can just hit a particular button. But me, I'm just going to do it the normal way and just cut all this extra off. Just so some of you know how it works in the process. All right, so after you cut that, everything is pretty much in sync now. Now here's the best part about it. The main audio source that we want to use in this particular case, let's see which one is the cleaner audio. And I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. Let's solo this one real quick. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now let's solo this one. 3, 2, 1. If you hear it, the audio doesn't sound good. Let's do it one more time. Camera's rolling in 3, 2, 1. Now let's go to the USB microphone. Rolling in 3, 2, 1. If you hear it, if you notice, it's a lot cleaner in the process. So that is what you want to do in the process. Now, I know for a fact that I want this to be my main audio source for my entire video. So I can come in and just mute this or delete it or whatever the case may be, because that's not the audio that I want to use. Now check this out. When you're doing a multicam thing in a process, this is something that kind of happens. Now for this segment of the video, all I'm going to be doing is, say if I took like, let's say I took a clip here and I cut it there, and say I cut a clip here. Basically taking this video clip, you can cut here, you can cut there. There's just different ways that you would be able to do this in the process. So for the multicam, just hypothetically, if I wanted it to play only, all I'm going to be doing is based on my top video, then I would go ahead and either delete that top video, but you don't want to completely delete it. You just want to make it to where it cuts off. So for me, you just hit D or right click it and hit enable clip. Enabling the clip is going to mute it. All I'm going to be doing is basically taking this video clip, importing it inside, and that's how you do multicam. All I'm going to be doing is basically taking this video clip, importing it inside of a. Now, when I want to cut that back on, you click it and you hit D, and it's going to cut that clip back on. All I'm going to be doing is basically taking this video clip, importing it inside of Adobe. If you wanted to highlight your whole entire clip that you just absolutely hate, and you like the bottom clip better, highlight it all, hit D, and here it is. Now for this segment of the video, all I'm going to be doing is basically taking this video clip, importing it inside. Okay, and you cut it back on, highlight them, you hit D, boom. What if you didn't like this one instead? Hit D, boom. It's basically taking this video clip, importing it inside of Adobe Premiere, and showing you guys how to line them up and put a video inside of a video. And as you can see, everything is in sync exactly the way that I want it to be in sync. Now check this out. If I decided to hit D again and say maybe I didn't like the way my video was in a process. Let's go to the inspector window real quick. Okay, so now once you click this clip and you go hit the inspector up in the top right corner, here you're going to see something that says the zoom, position, etc. Now zoom and position, anytime that you see this link on in a process, it means that your video clips are linked together. So if this is on, and say if you wanted to move one of your clips, and say if I cut something, that means that whatever this video is linked to, the audio is going to be linked to it at the same time. If it's not like that, then that means that you need to cut this back on. So you don't want to be moving videos around unless you plan to without the audio being attached to it. Okay, so in the process, say if I took that video clip and I wanted to change the opacity, I'd take the opacity and I cut it down and it'd do like a fade or a transition. But that's not really something that you would normally do. You would just use a transition, right? Then in the process, let's say that I wanted to zoom. Well, as you can see, these two are linked because you can see the little link symbol. If I drag this down, zoom is another word for scale. So in a process in Adobe Premiere, it would be scale. In this program, it's zoom. So if I wanted to replace this video down here and utilize my external camera source like my iPhone or my Canon camera, then you would go ahead and size this down just like that. And then position is going to be left and right. So it's going to be more so horizontal, right? So Control Z to put that back at 0. And then the Y-axis is going to be more vertical, up and down in a process. So Command Z. Or if you move it and you don't like where your placement is, just hit this little back button right here. And now to set it back to 0. It's kind of like a undo reverse type thing. Okay, so then in the process, what you would want to do is say if I don't like my webcam video or it's not big enough because I didn't record it big enough inside of OBS, then I would take the size of my video. I would go ahead and move the position over all the way to the left, right? And then I would go ahead and move it down. Boom. And voila, that'll be considered the video that I'm going to utilize for my particular video because it's better quality or looks better than my iPhone, etc. Or I mean better than my webcam or whatever. So guys, now check this out. Now what if you were doing some type of movie review for YouTube, and let's say you record yourself with your iPhone and then you utilize OBS to go ahead and record your screen or the movie review or whatever you're reviewing on YouTube or whatever the case may be. You're probably wondering, how can you make you bigger and make the video that you are recording on your screen capture smaller? I'm going to show you that. Okay, so now in the process, say if the iPhone was my main camera source or your main camera source in the process, what you want to do now is if we go back to reset everything and we still have everything running, say now I want to make my OBS video the secondary source and I just want it to be like off to the right. So say if you were sitting over here and then kind of looking at the video this way, kind of reviewing whatever you're looking at. So what you could do is go here, click this video clip and just drag it on top. Now there's other ways to do it, but I would just drag it on top in the process. Now the video on top, the layer on top, which means that that's the layer in front. And the one at the bottom is the layer in back. So now what I want to do is take that same concept and just make it smaller. So we're going to take the zoom again. Okay, we're going to take the zoom. Once we go ahead and take the zoom and make that video smaller, we're just going to position it to the right or something. Say if I come up with the Y-axis or whatever, boom, something like that. So say if I'm like telling a story about something that happened with Kim Kardashian and Kanye, then I would have the smaller video of whatever video footage of them in a smaller video here. And then I would have me basically talking to the audience like I'm doing now, explaining it while the video is playing at the same time. So as you can see, you hit spacebar and showing you guys how to line them up and put a video inside of a video. It's the same concept. All right, so I really hope that this helped you out. If this is something that you feel is beneficial for you and your videos in the future, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get more videos like this in the future. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. I know that this is going to help a lot of people because I've already been having people ask me for help in this program and other programs as well. So I try to make these tutorials to help you guys out. If it did, leave me some comments and let me know what you think. And I truly appreciate you guys watching my video. Stay tuned for the next one. Keep on watching.